think they're controlling the water flow.
Bye-bye. Say something.
The hungry seeker is cashew and compact.
That's it.
And thanks to this nice
Yeah,
gentleman who
Rahman.
gave that.